Copy that, algorithm. Kia ora, my friends. How do you do? I, Benny Ward, am here in the garden for MML 95, the 95th consecutive week that I've been here for MML. It's a lot of shows. Takes a lot of courage to put out a show every single week. We'll talk more about courage throughout the show. It might be even a little theme of the show, sort of interwoven through the show. Speaking of the show, we've returned to a familiar format today. Tried to do things differently last week. I like to try and mix things up and, try and challenge myself as a performer, as an artist. Last week I decided to do the entire show off the cuff. Just ad-libbed off the top of my head. I didn't write anything, I didn't prepare anything. I just basically sat down and I was just winging it. Whereas today I've prepared a little bit more, so it should be a bit more structured. We will take a look back at the week that was. We'll take a look at the week ahead. We'll do live gardening. Today we are planting on our amaranthus. This is our love lies bleeding. We'll plant that into a bigger pot, into its final sort of resting pot. We'll do that. We'll talk about plant of the week, which is funny because it's exactly a year ago today that we had the same plant of the week. All those things and many more are coming up right here, right now, on Monday Morning Live. Well, let's kick off with a look back at the week that was. If anybody hasn't seen Elimination Chamber yet, there are spoilers ahead, so beware. So John Cena's finally done it. He's finally done it. What a moment. Really great to enjoy that with Renee, my wife. She's not watching yet. What's the deal, Renee? Take a smoko break and tune in. We will give live shout-outs to anyone who joins us live throughout the show. The week that was, a great WWE Elimination Chamber was amazing. Had a good time at the farmers market. Actually, a quick one. Here we go. At the farmers market yesterday, my good friend Heather was there. Now, she has Love Thy Curry. What they do is they provide these little curry kits. It's got all the herbs and spices that you could need to make a delicious curry. Just having a look at the ingredients though, it doesn't have any thyme. Anyway, we'll talk more about thyme. Love Thy Curry with their curry kits. We're at the Marlborough Farmers Market yesterday. Now they make up a curry and they give out little samples. And the lady Heather, she said, talking to one of her customers, she said, would you like a wee sample of this delicious curry? And she said, normally we have little pottles with the sample in, and you have little bits of bread. She said, normally we have bread, you can dip your bread in to taste the curry. Normally we have those breads, but she said, today we don't have any. And I thought about it, and I went to her afterwards, and I said, you know what you should have said? You should have said, normally we have breads, so you can use to sample these curries, but today we have none. And the customer would have, of course, said, okay, I'll take some naan then, I'll have one piece. No, you don't hear me, we have naan. Anyway, I'd said that joke, and everybody laughed. It was hilarious. People were rolling around like, I can't breathe, Benny, stop. There's a small chant broke out, Benny, Benny. Anyway, only part of that story is true. Right, the week that was a good week at the farm, a good week at the farmers market, and a great week for professional wrestling. John Cena sucks. Let's have a drink of water and get our bearings. We're 5 minutes in, crikey. We better get to plant of the week. Now, there's a reason I'm announcing plant of the week today. We are going to embark on another grow-off. Just behind me, you will see the vacant World Gardening Federation Championship. Now, what we're going to do, we're going to have 4 competitors. They haven't announced themselves just yet, but I'm hoping that they will. Maybe even after the show. Keep watching if you're watching on YouTube for the widescreen experience of Monday Morning Live. Hopefully one of the participants in the grow-off will declare themselves. Now what we're going to do is we're going to grow, it's sort of like a propagation challenge. We're going to propagate 1 New Zealand native, 1 flower and 1 herb. And the herb that we've chosen is thyme. It was plant of the week this time last year, and it's fitting because this week in celebrity birthdays, it's happy birthday to David Gilmour from Pink Floyd. It's 52 years ago this week that this was released. This is Dark Side of the Moon, one of the greatest albums of all time. One of the greatest tracks of all time is time. It's on this album. And that's why, for that and various other reasons that I couldn't think of just before the show, that's why time is this week's plant of the week. I have here a creeping thyme that I got from my friend Lee at Mississippi Herbs. I have here a Spanish thyme that I got from my friend Lee at Mississippi Herbs. We have here, I don't know, regular thyme, good old Thymus vulgaris. I grew this thyme from a seed. And it's funny because I bought some seeds of thyme. I've got some here. Where are they? Where are those seeds? Oh, there. I bought these seeds from the warehouse for various reasons. I wanted to grow some thyme from a seed. I want to also try and propagate thyme in multiple different ways. One of the different methods that we'll use is to grow from seed. Now these seeds cost me 97 cents. What a bargain. Funny thing is though, while I was waiting to purchase these, the lady scanned the barcode and it didn't work. So she had to call in a supervisor or whatever. They had to do an override. They had to go off and get another barcode and come back so I could scan that. I felt it was just ironic that it took me ages to buy this thyme. So we'll be planting thyme. We'll be planting a New Zealand native and a flower. We haven't determined the flower or the native yet, but we will as part of Grow Off 25 to determine a new World Gardening Federation champion. But today, it's all about our amaranthus. This is our Love Lies Bleeding. Now we sowed this from a tiny little seed at MML 85, so 10 weeks ago. 10 weeks ago. There's a little gag there, that's a Rick Mail joke. He's got a birthday coming up. And he did this speech and he goes, I've got these 5 mantras. He goes, I present to you 5 mantras. Anyway, never gets old, that joke. Now, we're going to plant this amaranthus into a bigger pot. Now, what I've done, as part of the extensive preparation for Monday Morning Live, I've prepared a pot. Now, this is going to go into this cool Boba Fett helmet style pot. And what I've done is I've got another pot that's the same size as the one that this amaranthus is in. And it's in here. See, what I do is I put it in, so then we know exactly how deep it's going to go, how much room we're going to have. We backfill it with potting mix, and it makes it nice and easy to plant on our amaranthus. What we're going to do is we're going to give it the patented Benny's squeeze. Just lightly squeeze the outside of the pot. Do the Benny salute, 1 finger each side of the seedling. We'll just tip it up and just shake it out. You can see the roots there, nicely formed, not too root bound, but we'll just tease them out ever so slightly. We'll pop that in there. Just firm it down. We'll finish with that pot. And what we'll do, as we always do, when we plant something new, and that rhymes, give it a little bit of water because, say it with me, you can never underestimate the value of water. Give it a couple of spritzes there, using Spritzer 2. Available now in the gift shop. Why not buy 2? So that's our amaranthus. That's our Love Lies Bleeding. And you can see it starting to flower. Now I've seen some images, and what it does is it puts out multiple flower heads, and they grow kind of like dreadlocks on a Rastafarian kind of guy. And what I'm hoping is that the dreadlocks will sort of come down, and it'll look like old Boba Fett here's got dreads. So pop it in there. Oops. Pop it in there. This is going up. And there it is. Amaranthus. Ready to go. We'll put this on to the side and we'll decorate the set here on Monday Morning Live using our amaranthus. Right, we've talked about a little bit about time. Time, in Greek mythology, time was associated with the Greek goddess of love, Aphrodite. Time was given, in the Middle Ages, was given to knights and warriors to give them courage. We can all do with a little bit of that. Speaking of the Knights, go the Knights. NRL season has kicked off, so you're going to see me getting really excited about the games going forward. Don't worry, I'll keep you updated if they win or lose. Right, we have done our live gardening. We've looked back at the week that was. The week ahead, happy birthday Rick Mail, happy birthday David Gilmore, happy birthday to Dark Side of the Moon. What else? Oh, I just want to finish up today with a quick little story about my son Corbin. This is all in aid of courage and being brave. So one of Corbin's things, he he loves when he does something, right? He loves it and he gives it his all, and he's really ultra competitive. He doesn't like to lose. But often we have trouble with him just giving things a go, having the courage to actually try new things, particularly games. Sometimes if he doesn't understand the rules, he won't give it a go. When I went to pick him up on Friday, they were playing Bull Rush. Now, I used to be the man at Bull Rush. I was so nippy and fast. People always choose me now. For those not familiar, you basically play it on a field or a court. Everybody lines up down one side of the court or the field, and there's one person in the middle. And that person in the middle gets to choose somebody to run the length of the field or the court. And you have to try and tag them. Well, we used to play tackle, and we'd rip our clothes and our uniform. But these days it's a little bit more safe, where it's just tag. So all the kids line up, one runs through. If you make it through to the other end, all the kids get to run, and then you can sort of try and tag whoever you can. So Corbin was lined up with, there was probably half the kids lined up and half the kids in the middle. So that means that half the kids had already been tagged. And one of them yells out, so you pick somebody from the line to run through. Somebody yells out, pick Corbin. He thinks he's fast, but he's not. And I was like, dude, how dare you say that about Corbin? Anyway, Corbin's like, daddy, 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 come over, like he wanted me to watch. Anyway, so Corbin sets off, and it was sort of like, and kind of like, you know, the Chariots of Fire music, dun, 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 as he set off running. And this kid who was talking trash, he came across to make the tag, and Corbin sidestepped him and absolutely smoked him on the outside. He just absolutely outpaced him. And anyway, he goes, and he's running along, and I'm like, yeah, go Corbin. Anyway, a whole flock of kids came over. One of them tagged him. He got out, he cried. Some of the other kids laughed. Some of the other kids came across to console him. But it was sort of like, it sort of summed up for me what being a parent is all about. You get that triumph, you get that heartbreak, you get those moments when you're just so proud of your kids. And I certainly was proud. I was proud of Corbin for smoking this guy on the outside. But I was also kind of proud that he was so gutted that he got out. Like, he kicked the net and he sort of stomped on the ground and he did a few of these ones. And I was like, oh, you know, Corbin, man, it's just a game, but I love his competitive spirit. I love the guy. I love his courage. Right, that was a very long-winded segue. Let's have another drink of water as we get ready to finish up. The week ahead's going to be great. Now, this week at the Marlborough Farmers Market, we're celebrating National Farmers Market Week. There'll be spot prizes, there'll be a grand prize of farmers market vouchers to spend at any of the stallholders, including Love Thy Curry. So make sure you come to the Marlborough Farmers Market this Sunday at the AMP Showgrounds in White Blenheim. You can see me there every Sunday morning. You can see me here every Monday morning. You can see me whenever you want on my YouTube channel, Benny. You can find it by searching I, Benny Ward. And I, Benny Ward, will see you next time. And next time in the garden. Oh, whoops. Adam Mensch's microphone. What's it doing there?
And we're clear.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I, Adam Mensch, hereby declare myself the first entrant in the 2025 Grow-Off. Because I'm Adam Mensch, and we're on